Now, most blog posts often include the date at which each blog post was published, right? We don't have that yet. So I'm going to show you how you could do that in a web app like this. If we go over here to our code, we go to App, and then Views, and then we go to Posts, and then this index.html.erb file. If you double click that, we can add to this table of blog posts here. We can add a column for the date. So what we could do is just right here where it says body, inside of these th tags, we'll just add another th tag. And in here, we'll say date, just like that. And then we can actually inject the date into this file right here. Right after where we say post title and then post body, let's also show the blog post's date, the date it was created. So we'll say td, just mimicking what we're seeing up above. And then inside of those HTML tags, we'll just add some Ruby embed tags. So now we can write some Ruby code right here inside of this HTML file, and we'll say post.created_at, just like that. We'll get the created at value for this particular blog post. So if we save this file, we go back over here and refresh, and we need to start our server first. So we'll go down here and we'll say Rails server -bip and -p for port. And then remember, you just want to click this preview and then preview running application, or if you already have it out here, just go ahead and head to your home page. There we go, we're at the home page now. And there's our dates added, okay? But now these don't look like dates you normally see on a blog, right? If you go back to that example blog we were looking at right here, you'll see the dates just look like normal kind of date format, as you can see here. So we can change that really easily in Rails. If we go back to where we added this post.createdAt, we could add another thing. We could just chain right next to it and say, hey, you know what, Rails, why don't we convert you into a date? So to_date. And if we save that, we go back over here and refresh, we're now converting these into a simpler date format instead of using the UTC format. Okay, so we could also go and click and view the individual blog posts like this, and it'd be nice to show the dates here as well. So to do that, we go over to our code, find that show.html.erb file. Hopefully you're seeing a connection now between the show file and the show button we clicked here to see an individual blog post. Okay, so this is the template that edits this look, okay, the individual blog post look. So if we go over here, what we can do is just mimic all this. We'll just copy this chunk of code right here, and we'll add a new chunk right below it, and we'll change that to say date, just like that. And then instead of repeating the body of the post, we'll say created_at, and then we'll chain on the to_date. If we save all of that, go back over here and refresh, there we go. Now we have a timestamp. And there we go. We've got a pretty simplistic blog right there in front of us. Now, keep in mind, this obviously isn't a fully completed blogging platform. We can create our own blog posts here and add to it, and we can modify the look of it a little bit more, but something we'd probably want to do is only show these buttons if we are the administrator of the blog, right? Only the author of the blog should have access and ability to edit and delete the blog posts and create their own new ones, right? So we could put those behind a login logout system, right? So we could add a few little things, but generally you have just created a blogging engine or a blogging platform, one of the most common technologies on the web. You've just created it using Ruby on Rails, and you've made it look not half bad, okay? So there's our deep dive into web application development. Obviously, we barely scratched the surface, but now at least you have a sense of what the workflow is like, going in and editing some code, running some console commands, and then looking at your work in the browser, okay? So we're gonna learn a lot more going forward. I hope you're excited, and I'll see you in the next video.